Hey everybody, it's Paige, and today's video is going to be a face palette declutter. I'm going to be going through all of my face palettes. We're going to declutter some, we're going to keep some. That's what a declutter is. And this is something that I've been needing to do for a long time. I don't really want to do it because I love face palettes, but I know that I need to. So if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we are currently in my beauty room right now. If you guys missed my last beauty room update, we actually got a lot of work done, but this is still everything that I need to do. This box here has quite a few face palettes. I believe there's also some highlighters and stuff in here. So hopefully all of my face palettes are in here, or at least most of them. It looks like there's a lot of them in here. So this is the box that we're going through today. It's a pretty big box, but again, we're just doing face palettes. So I have a few other face palettes on my desk that I'm gonna grab, and I'm gonna go ahead and take all of these out of the box, lay them on a blanket, and we will get to decluttering. So here we have all of my face palettes, or at least most of them. I'm sure I have a few kind of floating around, but I believe this is a majority of my face palettes. We have high-end, we have drugstore, we have some newer ones, some really old ones. So we're gonna go through these. I'm gonna organize them into categories, and then we will start from there. Okay guys, so here are all of my face palettes, or like I said, most of them. I have over 50 palettes here, and I definitely don't need 50 face palettes because I have all of these, and then I also have all of my single blush, bronzers, and highlighters. So we need to get rid of some today. We'll see how successful we can be. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit so that you can see things a bit closer. I will be opening up every single face palette to show you guys what is on the inside. So let's get to it. So I figured we would start with some Too Faced palettes. So this first one here is the Sugar Peach Wet and Dry Face and Eye Palette. This packaging is so cute. Here is what the inside of the palette looks like. It is absolutely stunning, and it smells like peaches. It smells so good, but these colors aren't really colors that I see myself using a ton. Maybe these top two, but they're just a little bit deep for my skin, and although I love anything peach and I want to keep this because it's a peachy palette and it's Too Faced and it's cute, realistically I don't use this very often anymore because the tones are just a little bit too deep for me. So unfortunately this one is going to go. So goodbye Sugar Peach palette. Next we have the Cocoa Contour palette. This is so cute. I absolutely love the way that this palette looks. Now I am gonna set this down and we're gonna open up the Natural Face palette, which is the other Too Faced palette that I have. So as I'm looking at this, I want to keep all of these because Too Faced has the cutest packaging, but this doesn't even look like I've ever used it. So we're gonna declutter this. We're gonna say goodbye to the Natural Face palette. I know, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing that. This one, however, I think I am gonna keep. I'm gonna keep the Cocoa Contour palette. Actually, let me see if this is even still available. Let's see if they still sell this. So I don't think that they sell this anymore. Oh no, that's so sad. It's so cute though. I guess I don't really need a contour palette. I really just need like the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer or whatever, so maybe I'll pick that up sometime, but I guess we can pass this along even though the packaging is so cute and I want to keep it. I can't really use it in videos if you guys can't buy it. So yeah, we're gonna pass all of my Too Faced palettes along. That is so sad. That's heartbreaking. Next, I will go through my Lunar Beauty face palettes. Now I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I'm not gonna declutter any of these. This first one here is the Greek Goddess palette. This is a highlighter palette and I've actually never used this before. I bought this I think when it was being discontinued, and I bought it as a collector's piece because I have every single palette that Lunar Beauty has ever come out with, except I didn't have this one. So I ended up purchasing this like after the fact, and it is so beautiful. I think I got it at Morphe because, or online at Morphe or something, because that was like the only place that it was left. So I will be keeping this. I'm going to keep all of them. I'll set them over here. Next up, we have the Moon Prism Blush Palette. I love this blush palette. It is so beautiful. I use it all the time. These colors are stunning and the formula is great. So that one is staying. Next, we have the brand new Nude Prism Palette. I actually just filmed a review of this today. And again, this is so beautiful. We have some deeper tones in here. I think I still like the Moon Prism better as far as color story goes, but I used the shade Peachy today and it was absolutely beautiful. So both of those, or I guess all three of those, are staying. And then my last Lunar Beauty face palette that I have here is the Outer Dimension palette, and I actually used this today as well. This is a contour palette, so we have some brightening highlighting shades or powders and then some contour shades as well. So this is a beautiful palette. I love the packaging and I love Lunar Beauty, so all of those are going to stay. Next, we have some Physicians Formula palettes. So first we have this little trio. This is the Maru Butter Glow Face Palette. This has a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer in it. And then we also have the All Star Face Palette. This one I'm going to keep. This has the butter bronzer, the matte butter bronzer, the Rosé All Day Petal Glow highlighter, the Mineral Glow Pearls, the Happy Booster Glow and Mood Boosting Blush, and the Powder Palette Multicolored Pressed Powder. So these are just some of their most popular shades and products. So I'm going to keep that one. I want to keep this one because it's small and cute, but I don't know if I need it. I'm going to put this one in the maybe pile because I haven't decided on that one yet. Next up, we have Hard Candy. This is a really pretty duo. Let me swatch these because I don't know. They're really, really pretty. They're so glowy. Those are like basically two highlighters, but I don't think I need them, so I'm going to go ahead and pass along the Hard Candy palette. Next up, we have some Alamar Cosmetics palettes here. So I have the blush palettes and the complexion trio. So let's start with the complexion trio. Here is what it looks like. This one is in the shade Light, I'm pretty sure. I think this is the lightest one. I'm going to keep this one because I had the old packaging and I really enjoyed it, so I need to start using that again. Then we have the blush palettes. So I have Fair Light, Medium Tan, and Dark Rich. So this one here is Fair Light. Those colors are absolutely stunning. I am in love with those blushes. Then we have the medium one, which this shade doesn't look like I would ever wear it, but these two are so pretty. So we have that one, and then this is the deepest one. I think I can let go of the deepest one even though I want to keep it. The colors are so pretty, but they just look a little bit dark for me, a little bit too deep for me. So I'm going to pass that one along. And then between these two, I can't really decide between these two, so we're going to keep both of those. I have this Huda Beauty face palette that I'm going to be keeping. Okay, I'm deciding to be strong and declutter the medium blush palette from Alamar Cosmetics, and I'm only going to keep the light blush palette and the light complexion trio. I have my Laura Lee palettes here, which I'm going to be keeping these. We have the blush aesthetic palette. I love this palette. I would totally recommend this palette. It's phenomenal. I love it so much. And then we have the lip kits. So we have the glazed lip kit and the bronzed lip kit. Keeping both of those. The glazed one is my favorite. So next we have Benefit palettes. This one is going to be difficult for me because I have an emotional attachment to Benefit palettes. I don't know what it is, but I just looked on their website and the Earth Angel palette is still available. This is a 4-pan palette. We have Hula, Georgia, Cookie, and Honeymoon. I'm definitely going to be keeping this one because it is a newer one and it is still available. The Cheek Stars Reunion Tour palette is also still available. So in here we have Georgia, Dallas, Hula, Sugar Bomb, and Cookie. Another palette that I am going to be keeping. Then we have these two. And these are no longer available. This is the Pink Squad Cheek Leaders palette. We've got California, Tickle, Hula, Dandelion, and Dallas. And then we have the Bronze Squad. This is the one that I was obsessed with. Look at all that use. That's something. I don't even know if you can tell. But in here we have Gold Rush, Hula, Coralista, Cookie, and Hula Caramel. These are going in the vault, you guys. I'm not going to get rid of them or like throw them away, but I will be putting these away in a box with some other makeup that I have for like memory makeup essentially, because this is not anything that I'm going to be using. So as far as my makeup collection is considered, they are being decluttered, but I am going to put those in a box and save them somewhere. Next we have Hourglass. I actually have a few Hourglass palettes. We have this one, which is the Ambient Lighting palette. I'm going to be keeping that palette, and then I have these ones, which were like holiday palettes, and I am going to keep these because the products in here are stunning. I wish they weren't limited edition because these are no longer available, but I think most of the product or products themselves are permanent or from their main collection, so I'm going to keep both of those Hourglass palettes. Then we have Charlotte Tilbury, another one of my favorite brands. Here we have the Bar of Gold palette, which I will absolutely be keeping. I'm gonna keep all of my Charlotte Tilbury. I also have these palettes. These are the Glowgasm face palettes. So I have this one here, which is so beautiful, and then I have this one, which is called Lightgasm. I forgot what this one is called. But we have Lightgasm here, and then the deeper one is called Lovegasm. Absolutely stunning products. I love the packaging on these, and I will absolutely be keeping them. Next up, we've got Anastasia Beverly Hills. We have the Contour palette. I'm just going to go ahead and declutter that. I'm never going to use that. It needs to go. And then we have the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, which I think let me see if they still sell this. So it looks like it's still on the ABH website, but I think I'm going to declutter this and stash it along with some of my other memory makeup products because I feel like, I don't know, I never use it, so it needs to go somewhere else. Okay, I rearranged my palettes a little bit. Next up we have Ofra. So first we have the Midi palette. This is the Face It palette in the shade Light. I will be keeping this. I love Ofra products. You guys can use code Paige for 20% off of Ofra. And here we have Key West, Star Island, and Isla Morada. I don't know if I said that right, but this is just a really nice, smaller complexion palette, so I will be keeping that one. Next, we have this really pretty pink palette. This is the Blushful palette, and this was from their breast cancer awareness collection, and there are so many beautiful blushes in here, and I will absolutely be keeping that. And then I have these two. I have Island Time and Glow Up. I don't know if these ones are still available. Look at those blushes. That is beautiful. This one is stunning with all of the highlighter shades. Let me look at the Ofra website and see if these are still available. So it looks like this palette is still available, the Glow Up palette, so I will definitely be keeping that one. And then I don't believe this palette is still available, but I think that these, or at least some of the shades, might still be available as singles. So I will be keeping this so that I have the shades here on the back, because I definitely don't have all of these as single blushes. So since it's Ofra, I will keep it because I love them so much. Next, we have Patrick Ta. What was that? Oh, it was just the the plastic part. I have the Major Dimension Cheek palette. This is obviously going to stay. Then we have Natasha Denona. I have these larger palettes. This is the Diamond and Blush palette. Yeah, I think I'm gonna declutter that. And then I have this palette, and I think I'm gonna declutter that one as well because I never use them. Oh, it makes me so sad. But again, with those palettes, I think I'm gonna put them in a box with like memory makeup, if that makes sense. Then I have these smaller Natasha Denona palettes, and these ones I will be keeping. So I have Love Glow. Then we have Bloom Blush and Glow. I love this one. And then we have the Tan Bronze and Glow palette. Again, I love this palette. So the three smaller ones are going to stay. Then I have some Morphe palettes. So we have a highlighting palette, we have another highlighting palette, and we have a blush palette. I think I can get rid of this highlighting palette because there are shades in here that I definitely won't use. This is the 8S. This blush palette is the 8C, which is really pretty. And then we have the highlighting palette here, which is 8Z. So I think since there are a lot of deeper shades in here that I probably won't wear, I'm going to declutter the blush palette, so the 8C. I think they have an 8W, and I want to buy that because that's definitely going to be more like my kind of colors. This highlighting palette I will keep because there are a lot of ones in here that I love, and I like that there's a palette of them, so I will keep this one. Okay, we are down to our final few stacks of palettes. So here we have Pat McGrath. This is a holiday palette that I will definitely be keeping. I love this formula of blush and highlight. This is the Divine Blush and Glow Trio in Galactic Sun, so I'm going to keep that one. And then here we have an older palette. This one is the Sublime Skin Highlighting Trio. I remember when these highlighters were like viral, and I kind of want to keep these, so I think I'm going to keep them for now, or keep the palette for now. I have the KVD Shade and Light palette. I don't really ever use this, but I think I want to give it a try again. I used to use it all the time. I used to love that palette. So I think I'll keep that one for now. Then we have these palettes here. So I have the NYX Diamonds and Ice Please palette. This shade right here is phenomenal. I don't know if you can tell, but I have used that one a lot. Let me look this up and see if it's still available. So I guess this was a holiday collection. Let me swatch it. Do I need it? I have so many highlighters. I don't need it. I don't. It's so pretty. Look at that. But I don't need it. So we're going to declutter that one. Next, we have the Kimchi Drama Queen palette. And this is really, really pretty as well. These colors are definitely not my thing. These colors are so pretty. So I'm like, do I keep it for 2 shades? I don't know. Let me swatch them. They're so soft. Here's what they look like. They're really pretty, but I think I have other highlighters that look similar enough, especially in my singles. So I think I'm gonna declutter this. I can't believe I'm doing that, but we're gonna declutter. I'm sorry, Kimchi. I'm sorry. Then we have a few Profusion palettes here. So we have the Highlight and Contour palette, which this isn't even open yet. I kind of want to keep this though because it's a very affordable option. And then we have this blush palette. This is the Blush 3, which is a really pretty peachy blush palette, which again, I'm going to keep because I think those are only like $5. So those are good to have. And then we have these. So these are weird. These are like foundation type palettes. I have some from JCat, which look like this. I have the lighter one and the deeper one. I bought these because of Tati. She talked about them in a video. And then I bought these RCMA palettes because of Raw Beauty Christy, because she talked about them. And these are very similar types of products. So, yeah, these ones are a lot more expensive. I literally never once have used any of these. I touched this one, so I'm not sure about that. But, yeah, I don't need all of these face palettes. But I also don't know, like, what to get rid of. Because now that I see them, it makes me want to use them. Also, I decided to declutter the Physicians Formula palette because I don't need it. So yeah, what do we do here? What do we do? Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. We're just gonna get rid of that one. Let me swatch, I guess, one of these just to kind of get the vibe of the product. I'm gonna get rid of this one too. The JCat ones are gonna go, but the RCMA ones I think I'm going to keep. Yeah, these are just like a way better texture. I think that Raw Beauty Christy, she kind of referred to these as like movie makeup palettes. So like when people are in movies or TV shows and it doesn't look like they're wearing makeup, this is the type of product that they would use. I don't know if that's speculation or true, but I'm going to keep these and I'm going to try to use those some more. So let me go through these palettes, make sure there's no extra ones I want to get rid of, and then I will show you guys the overview of my keep palettes versus my declutter palettes. Alright guys, so here are all of the palettes that I'm keeping. We have about 33 of them, which I know is still a lot, but we're making very good progress. So I'm keeping 33. Here are all of the ones that I decided to declutter. I know it looks like a lot less, but it's because I stacked them up in bigger stacks over here compared to over here, so they're more spread out. So over here we have 19 palettes, plus I decided to declutter the Pat McGrath palette and the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, making my total declutter pile 21 palettes, and we're keeping 33. So I'm decluttering about 40%, which I don't think that's bad. I feel like a 40% declutter is better than some of my other ones. So here are all of the palettes that I'm keeping, and I'm really happy with all of these palettes. I like my collection of palettes here. I feel like it's nice and curated, and I'm just very excited about them. So now I can stack these up and hopefully get through some of these other boxes so that I can get to my Alex 9 drawers and do another makeup organization video for you. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I love you all so, so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!